Good evening and welcome to something a bit different. This is MegaFactory Titan. It is a factory style building game that is kind of in the vein of Factorio but very much not, and we will get to that and you'll see what I mean by that. This is being developed by a single developer. It was released on the 23rd of February into early access. I've been watching it for a little while and I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just buy it, give it a go, see how it goes. And I played a little bit and I've enjoyed it so far. It's complicated, but that's because I don't know what I'm doing, which is always fantastic. But I didn't get too far because I didn't want to overlearn the game. I'd much rather learn it with you. We'll play through, we'll learn how it goes, we'll figure stuff out. So the concept of the game is you are landing on Titan and one of Saturn's moon, and you have to build a factory, earn profits, and become the richest company. I believe that's the end game to it. I'm not sure. It is money driven, so it's going to be interesting. But there are multiple factions. To land on Titan, you have to buy a permit, and a permit puts you in debt straight away. So you have to build things and sell things, and then pay off your debt, and then you can learn permits to get new things, and it's progress and life goes on. But there are multiple factions doing it as well, so you've got to deal with them. Some are friendly you trade with, some not so much. So we'll see. So okay, let's give this a go. There are currently 7 factions that you can play with, and each one has unique abilities, buildings, and everyone's got pretty much the same starting rover apart from one, I believe. So yeah, they've all got different things here. I'm not really going to go through what each and every one of them does, because I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what half these things do at the moment. All I know is that this is the guy I played with. And we're going to play with them again because I like the idea of vehicles having an increased augmentation slot. I don't know what augmentation slots do, but I like the idea behind it, so we're going to give that a go. This one was tempting as well. Maglevs are your conveyor belts, and having decent logistics will really help your factory grow pretty well. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty cool. Each one is balanced to a different thing. So this is balanced. They are like the default people. They're nice, they're friendly, they do what they do. You are based on mining. You can mine other people's places, but they don't like that. You can only mine in territory your own. If you're mining somebody else's, they're not going to like you for it. These are based on research. You can increase your research labs, but they have a chance of exploding. Fun. They are combat based. You can attack allies, which is a bit different, but then I think they only attack that one unit that you attack them, not your faction. I don't know. You can instigate stuff with it. They can make counterfeit goods to sell. So you can make bonuses with that there. These people, I said, have bonuses to vehicles, and these are bonuses to storage speed, and you can purchase any vehicle you own, any vehicle you encounter. So I can just go, hey, that one, buy it. So yeah, but we're going to go with the Terrain Legacy, who yeah, they get warehouses, underground power lines, start with a rover and a cargo speeder. I think only these start with a gun rover, and these start with a quadricopter. So we'll go. There are 3 levels of difficulty. You have sandbox, where everything is free and no enemy, no bad weather, no nothing. Everything's fantastic. You just play the game, have fun. Normal mode is 50% easier, so I think we'll go with that. Mainly because of the delay. You get a 50% enemy delay. So I kind of think that having enemies turn up early on, like on hard, this is all default, and enemies can turn up straight away. It's going to be a problem. Also, the mission failures. You get missions to do things, and if you run out of time with them, they'll fail. Kind of want to be given a bit of slack on that. So you've also got custom. You can set this however you want. So yeah. Going to go with just easy, normal, and play. Okay, so let's pause the game straight away, and here we go. So, the Greater Saturn Federal Authority. These are the people that own Saturn, I guess. And so welcome to Titan, my friend. Deploy here. Your investors took out a huge loan from us. You need to pay us back. Yes, they did indeed. Until you do, we won't sell you permits, which will limit what your factory can achieve. If you want to progress, better pay back that loan. So the idea is that in order to buy vehicles, you need a permit to do it, or buildings, or whatever. You need a permit. Until you pay back your loan, you can only rent vehicles and buildings and other bits and pieces. So somebody else owns them, you are renting them, and you have to pay them a renting cost. So right now we have a rover, and this rover is costing us 6 per day. So we got 28,000, 6 per day. Going to be using all our money up if we don't get some in. So how do we do that? Well, first and foremost, we have to explore Titan. Let's have a look around. Your first step to building a factory is finding good land. You can move your excavation vehicle by selecting it and right-clicking around to move around. Okay. So you'll notice there are things around here. We have wreckages and we have ruins. Ruins, very, very important. So unpause this and drive towards these ruins. Ruins, you can explore. Boom, there you go. Inside these ruins, your rover found a worker building breaker. Okay, so I don't know what this does. It's a vehicle. I guess it takes things apart. I've not encountered that before, so I have no idea. So what's this? That's a grave. Okay, not a grave there. So let's go over to here, which is another set of ruins. You get steel from doing them anyway. You get resource there. Boom, and it found something that's secret to advanced piping. Awesome. Okay, no idea. No idea how that works. So let's have a bit of a drive around and see what's what. We found liquid propellant cache. Okay, let's go and pick up some of these things here. Now early on, you haven't got to worry about any enemies or anything going on there because no one's doing anything yet. These ruins, you found access code to a nearby functioning radar. Oh, okay, so we found a radar. Nice. And it works. It actually works. Awesome. Awesome. There are loads of ruins around which you can take for salvage, but like here, there's another ruin here. Another building here, I should say. But one, this is wreckage. We can salvage it for building frames. Well, I guess that's what this thing does. Begin demolition. Oh, nice. Okay, so we got our way to the tree ruins early on. Very, very nice. Cool. Okay. Let's go and explore these ruins here. Boom. Access to a nearby functioning gun turret. Nice. So there's a gun turret down here as well. Awesome. Okay, so we're getting loads of free stuff. This is really great. But that's not what we want. What we want is resources. You see, if we zoom out to this mode here, we can see that we've got lakes, sandstone, a bit of pyrite and limestone up here. What we want is limestone, really. Buy resource-rich land. Early on, you will need concrete, basalt, limestone, and sandstone to refine into concrete. You click on mountains or sands to see what they do. Okay, so we're going to have a look around and see if we can find anything here. Now, when you're zoomed out like this, you can't see ruins, so you might miss them. But that's fine. I just want to do a bit of mountain. This looks pretty promising. Sandstone, pyrite. It's pretty promising. Found parts to build a power line. Oh, nice. Okay, so as it says, you can click on mountains to find out what they do. So if we click on this here, Pentslandite refines into nickel, and you get sulfide slag and ferrous slag. So sandstone refines into concrete and silica. Sandstone there. The hydrocarbon lakes you can get graphite and other bits and pieces out of. Lemonite sand refines into titanium. It also says if you mouse over it, it refines into iron. So we want concrete early on. So we kind of want to get sandstone or limestone. I don't see any limestone dotted around. So, and there's plenty of lakes here as well. Very lakey on Titan. Here we go. Okay. So, on turret radar. It's either going to be here or here. Here or here. So, let's see here. So, what we want to do is we want to buy some land. So, down here, we click on this button here, and we can buy some land. So, we could buy any of these lands here that we want. Now, you also want area to build in, because you're going to need areas to build in. So, I'm thinking we buy both. We buy this one, we can buy this one, and we'll buy the connecting one there. Boom. Now, bear in mind, you've only got so much money, so don't spend it all. And our research is going up. Our rent cost is going up because we have other vehicles. We have a building breaker, which apparently we're renting, even though we found it on the surface. That's a bit weird. And the radar and the rover turret we're renting as well. Maybe it's a fee you have to pay for having vehicles on the planet. So you have permits to actually do them. I'm not sure. Seems a bit weird that we found things on the surface and we have to pay for them. But hey, that's fine. Okay. So there we go. So now we've done this, we can place our headquarters. Let's to place our headquarters, we come down here to storage at the bottom, and we click headquarters. Only thing we can do. This is where our rockets are going to land and take off from and do bits and pieces. I don't know what rockets entail. I assume they bring in goods. Haven't got that far, so we'll figure out. I'm going to put it, I think, basically in the centre, like kind of here. Yeah, why not? Boom, there you go. And this will bring a rocket in. So let's pause the game. And deposit in nearby and cello copyright. Boom. Boom. There you go. Okay, pause the game again. Right. Once you've landed your HQ, the Greater Saturn Federal Authority is going to land near you. My friend, I'm going to land an outpost right beside you. Please contact me if that's a problem. We're looking to build up our arsenal. I see plenty of trade between us. Now, these are friendly. These are friendly people. So, they're quite nice. They're going to land over here. You see this dotted line? They're going to land in here, which means they're going to take the gun turret. Do we want them to do that? I'm not really fussed. They're generally friendly people, so I think we'll be okay. Our map that we found here has unlocked a bit of area over here. This is a really nice area, actually. Look at this. Look at all this. All these resources in here. Wow. Wow. I wish I went over there instead now. Cool. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, he's going to land there. He's going to take over the gun turret. Does have to power the gun turret, which is a bit of a problem. It will not be our problem anymore because he'll own it instead. So we'll let that go there. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. That'll be fine. Okay. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to produce goods. That's obviously the thing we want to do. Mining. Rent an extractor. You'll need to mine resources to supply your factory. You can do this by renting a mining vehicle like an excavator. Okay, so in extraction we can rent an excavator or a heavy excavator. That one's quick and small. That one's slow and large. So we'll go with the standard one, and I'm going to put it down here. And we are going to mine sandstone. Right click. There you go. Boom. And this is going to go mining sandstone. Okay, unpause, and away it goes. This watch for a bit. Boom. Mining. Mining. Boom. And it's full. Awesome. Now I'm going to keep pausing the game because things happen, and I want to explain stuff. Right click on there again. Sorry, you right click with a vehicle selected, it causes all sorts of weird things. Building breaker, will you come down here, please? Okay, so we need to place a storehouse. Okay, so this has now got 10 sandstone in it. But it can't do anything once it's full up. It can put into storehouses. I think it can put into buildings as well. I'm not sure. But really, storehouses are the way to go. So let's do that. Now, we can rent a storehouse. You see it's got the little money icon. Or, because we started with 10 of them, we can place down a warehouse instead. Not sure if the tutorial is going to accept a warehouse. We're going to give it a try. So we click on this, and we go, pop, and a warehouse appears. There we go. Awesome. And then we can tell you to right click on this, boom, and it will now mine from the sandstone and drop off in the storage, and it will go backwards and forwards between the two. Here we go. Bloop. It does accept it. Awesome. Bloop, and it's going to reboot up, and there you go. Okay. Now this is complaining. Sorry, it's not complaining. This is the drop off. This is the pickup. See the icons? So blue pickup, purple drop off. That's fine. Now this can store goods. It can store up to 200 goods, and it can store multiple goods. So you can come in here, and you can set vehicle auto delivery state. We have no auto deliveries. That's for transport vehicles. Only accept overflow. Not quite sure what that means. Oh, I think if you run maglevs by, then it will only do it if the maglev's backed up, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But we can filter this. So we can say, hey, what do you want to put inside here? What do you want to do? We're going to put sandstone in here. It's going to be a sandstone only building. And then that unlocks the Forces Division of Equal Space of Filtered Goods. So if we say, hey, put pyrite in here as well, and then we click this here, it's going to divide the thing up. Say, you can have 100 sandstone and 100 pyrite. Okay, which means it won't fill up one over the other. I like that. I think that's very, very good. Bear in mind the standard storage is only 50. If I click on this here, storage is 50, and our storage is 200. So we can afford to put 4 things in here, and it's the same as the standard storage. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I think what I'm going to do is not do that. This is going to be we'll leave that turned on anyway. This is going to store sandstone. 100% is stored to sandstone, so no other drops can get in here at all. They shouldn't do because of the filters anyway, and you have to manually assign things, so it's fine. But we'll need to smelt raw materials into usable resources. You can do this by renting some smelters. Okie dokie. So let's go into production, and we have smelters. So these produce goods, consume power, generates pollution, produce waste heat. It tells you their size. It tells you that it costs 33 to buy and then 11 a day. And every 5 days you have to pay maintenance costs. I don't know what maintenance costs are. Haven't figured it out yet. Maintenance is 71 a day. Okay. Maintenance cost is 5 per day. Oh, okay. So, right. I misread this. We're not paying maintenance. We're not paying rent on the vehicles we found. We're paying maintenance on them. Okay. So our building breaker is costing us 32 maintenance. The excavator is renting for 40, and it's costing us 19 maintenance. So okay. So we do own those buildings. So that gun turret is technically ours, although he's going to claim it when he lands there, I think. And the radar is technically ours. But we're paying maintenance on them, so okay. So how does this work? Well, you have to put these down somewhere, and then put goods into them, and they smelt. Sorry, I got distracted by what was going on there, and I forgot what I was doing. We are building smelters, as we're doing. So let's put some smelters down. Let's put a smelter down there. Now, the smelter requires power and an input. So let's click on the smelter and let's say we want to make concrete. Now the beautiful thing about this game is you tell it what you want it to make, and it then goes, this is what you can make it out of. You can make it out of basalt, you can make it out of limestone, you can make it out of sandstone, or you can make it out of reprocessed slag. Doesn't matter which one, it all costs the same, it all costs this. Later on I assume different vehicles do different things, so or different buildings have different costs, different things. So like basalt might not be as good as someone else is doing things, but okay. But it's going to take 1 sandstone, 3.8 seconds, 1 megawatt of power, and produce 1 concrete, which is awesome. It's also going to produce 3.8 megajoules of waste heat. I'm not sure what heat does yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. And we have we can turn it on and off up here. Set it as a high priority for power. So if power is limited, you can choose which buildings to turn on and off. And you can set production limits as well. So we can say, hey, produce 5, and then once it makes 5, it will stop working. Or we can just set it to unlimited, which is default. So I think we'll set it to unlimited for now, and everything will just go. So yeah, we'll do that. So how do we connect it up? Well, this is where the belts come in. So we got mining. Okay, we can close that tutorial, yeah, because it's not accepting the warehouse as a miner, but that's fine. It's the same thing. So smelting, okay. Finally, deliver resources to the smelter. You can do this with Maglev Tubes. Run the length of Maglev Tubes from your storehouse to the smelter to begin refining. Okay, so transport Maglev Tubes. There are 2 different types of Maglev. There is a pull and a push. And the difference between the 2 is the pull, these are all slow at the moment, low acceleration, very high resistance, so they're slow delivery. Releases the exact quantity of goods requested downstream. So if I connect this storehouse to this building, when this building builds something, when it produces concrete, it will then go, hey, I need 1 more sandstone. Is there sandstone connected to me? And it will ask the grid, and the grid will go, yes. And this will deliver 1 sandstone to here. Job done. Now the push maglev releases unlimited goods if at least 1 is requested. So when this request is 1, it will send out as many as it can down the line until this no longer requests them. So the line will fill up all the way and come back. Kind of like a buffer system. The big difference between the 2 that I can figure out is that these ones can back up and block up if you have problems with them, but will put more on the line, so you'll have less waiting, particularly over long distance things, whereas this one will never back up but it's slower overall. So we're going to go with this one because I don't want a complicated system to start with. I'd much rather have it simplified. And yeah. So how does it work? Well, quite simply, any of these arrows here, you click, and then you drag out, and then you click, bubble, there you go, and then you click again. There you go. And they are connected now. They're absolutely 100% connected. And when this requires goods, this will send it. So if we unpause, zoom, one goes. There you go. And now one is in here, and this can produce things. You can untick these recipes as well if you don't want them doing things. So if you're going to be using the basalt elsewhere, you can say, hey, just do it with sandstone. Let's do that for now, because this is just going to be a sandstone system. Okay. So we are now going to build concrete from our sandstone. But we can't because we need power. So we have to switch tutorial. So let's collapse that one and open this one here. And we need to generate power. Now, solar farms generate only during the day. Wind farms generate more power at dusk and dawn. You'll need to connect everything with power lines. Okay, so in power lines here, we found a power line. We own one, and we can rent them if you want to, because we've unlocked that technology. That was in one of the ruins we found, which is fantastic. However, we have underground power lines, and we own 100 of them, so we're going to use them instead. Now, solar farms are obviously good during the day. Day's about to run out, 47 seconds until dusk. The timing is all real life time, so that is 47 actual seconds to do it. And we're pausing here, so obviously the game's all paused. So solar farms obviously work during the day. Wind turbines produce less power than a solar farm, but work during the night. So you kind of want a combination of both, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Also, you've got to look at power. This generates 10 megawatts. Efficiency decreases as pollution increases, and increases as sunlight increases. Okay. And this costs 16 and 5 a day, and then 5 a day as well. So it's going to cost us 10 a day. Okay, that's fine. What's there? Haven't searched that area. Or we can go with the wind turbines, which generate 20. Power outputs varies with 100% of the wind. Now the wind is low here and gets stronger over here. So you see here the wind is 5% here. This is terrible. You can't build out. The wind is 2% here, 5% here. Now if we put these down, this is going to produce at 5%. It's going to produce 1 megawatt. But it will produce 1 megawatt all the time. So it's kind of a trade-off. Which way do you go? Do you go with solar power and work during the day? Or wind power? Till we get batteries, I think we're going to go with solar. I think we're going to go with the solar farm. And I'm going to put the solar farm up here. Kind of out the way. Boom, there you go. So there you go. Solar farm, awesome. Also, wind turbines, you see they have an area. I think they can only be built within distance of each other. I'm not sure. Solar farms you can put right next to each other. They don't have an area of effect. So yeah. Okay. So there is our power. And this is not connected to the power grid yet. So we need to do that. So we're going to go underground power lines. And these work beautifully. You see this here? So long as the two lines are touching, it works. It's beautiful. So I am going to put this power line like right over here somewhere, like here. Let's have a look at. Actually, no. We'll put it as far up here as I can go, like this. So anywhere in that green line, any building that is connected to that green line, will now get power from this. They're like a substation in Factorio. They produce power, but it's underground power lines. So basically, these white lines, everything is connected via underground power lines. I love that. I think that is fantastic. I'm no longer having to got to connect this building to that building to this building, which a lot of games have started doing, and it becomes tedious late game. Early on, it's not too bad, but late game comes here. This is great. You just put this down. Anywhere in the green area gets power, and then we can build another one. And they have to be touching like that, so right on the edge of it. And then that covers this area here. I'm not sure what the big power lines do. Are they? Oh, okay. So they will just they are the same, but they're overhead power lines. So carries power 12 tiles. Okay, so they work the same, but they're just not underground ones. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, you have to dot these around, which is fine, and then everything gets power from it, which is beautiful. So if we unpause the game, we'll do this here. You are smelting away. 3.6 seconds. Boom, through about 8 packets. And you see, it sent one more. So there is a delay. When this finishes, it then requests, or it would request, sorry, but it can't do it now. But basically, when this finishes processing, it finishes and it goes, hey, I need another sandstone. And this goes, okay, here's a sandstone. So you've got to wait for the transport to get to here before it starts running again. So there is a delay. The push one would have sent all the loads of goods, would have gone send until this received one and then stopped. Now this can only hold one at a time, so the belt becomes the buffer, which you've got to toy up which way you want to go. Is this belt only going to be for sandstone? If so, a push one would be better. If it's not going to be only for sandstone, if we're going to have multiple buildings down the line and then this is going to store multiple things, you don't want to do that. You know, early on I think we probably were better with the push ones, but I'm going to stick with the pull ones because I like the way they work. Okay, so store refined resources. Now you've placed your store. Now you need a place. Yeah, English. Now you need a place to store your refined resources to. Place another storehouse and run a maglev from the tube to the smelter. Okay, so we can then take the concrete and store it in a storage area. Now I'm going to do that with a storehouse. We're going to actually do it with a storehouse, but I'm going to do it down here a little bit because I know what's coming. I have seen into the future. So let's put it down here, out of the way. Put it up. And this building works the same. Every building works exactly the same as every other building. It's all fantastic. So we can pull maglev, and then we can pull. We'll go out the back. We'll go out the back actually. We'll come out the back. So you come out here. Boom. Come down here. Go to there. Boom. There you go. And that is connected. Okay. What did I do there? Did I do? Is this a push maglev? This is a pull maglev. Okay. I'm not sure about the colours. Maybe the colours represent what they are. You're connected to sandstone. You're connected to concrete, I think. Not sure. Not really sure that. Okay. Boom. And then here you go. Zoom, zoom. Now, the maglev that you have that comes out of a building, if it's going to a storehouse, the storehouse will always request goods if it has space. So it will just go, I want everything you have. Give it, give it, give it. Okay? So, the push or pull doesn't matter. You could put a push maglev here as well, and then the belt would just fill up behind the storage, which is okay if we're only going to have one goods on here. So, again, I'm going to use a lot of pull ones, and then probably upgrade some to push that maglevs later. You can just draw over top of them to build new ones, I believe. Can't build in that location, no. Concrete and concrete, so it shows you what's on there. Relocate, deconstruct. Okay, so you can't drag over top of them. I thought you could, but okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just when you upgrade them, when you get their faster belts, you can upgrade them that way. But okay, so I'm going to filter this again with concrete. Boom, and then we'll do this so it only stores concrete, and we know it only stores concrete, which is fantastic. Okay, boom, boom. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Job done. There we go. So now, we're going to produce concrete. We're going to go on a little joyride. I'm going to drive around and have a look at it. I might get the found secrets to advanced intermediate storage buffer research. Ooh. See, research is fantastic. It's not obviously it's only research. Okay, now this line is solid. That means that he owns this faction. He has landed here somewhere. Let's come and have a look. We can come in and steal his ruins as well. It's fantastic. Oh. Parts to build a prefabricator. Okay, hey, he landed right there. Wow. Okay, that's just close, mate. Really close, mate. Ooh. Ooh, he starts with some other buildings and things like that, other vehicles. You can look at what the other factions do. Transport truck and a gun rover. Ooh. Okay. And if you click on any of their buildings, you've got a call thing, so you can call the faction, even if you don't know who they are. Okay. So this is the part. This is the part here. So let's build the rover back. He is calling us. These pop up here, calling them. You don't get no ringtone, which is, yeah, I would have liked that. But even if just once, just there you go. And you can see we have 40 minutes to answer this call. That is real life time. You've got 40 minutes to answer this call. it's quick. It's not quick, I should say. It's pretty slow. You can go, hey, I've got loads of time. We're good. So let's answer him and see what he wants. And you can do it when paused as well. My friend, we would like to buy 25 building frames for 1,475 credits. Finish within 39 minutes, again, real time, for a bonus reward you can choose now. So we can choose what we want. Okay? We can't get the cargo copter because it needs a permit. We could get a new rover, we could get an inventory augmentation, or we could get bonus money. And to accept it, basically, you pick which one of these you want. If you don't want to accept it, I believe you can just disconnect and doesn't accept the call. I'm not sure. But we want this. We want this because we want to make money. And this is how you make money. You trade. So we're going to go for bonus money because, yeah. Boom. But there you go. Okay? And we have a trade request come up. It may be that you can't deny them, if that makes any sense. You always get them turned up there, but it says 39 minutes 56 seconds left. Okay, and again, that's real time. So if we unpause the game, see it ticks down, second, it's real time. So space pauses and starts at the bottom. Okay, so Doro production. You have a trade request. You can produce the needed resources by placing some factories. Okie dokie. So we have unlocked something new. So if we come down here to production, we have unlocked the factory. Well, we had this already. Well, we have unlocked the factory. So let's put the factory in here. I'm going to leave a little bit of space between them. Okay, we have a factory. Again, I don't know how to rotate buildings. I don't think it matters at all. So, yeah. Would be nice just to look nice, but not needed. Okay, so this has no recipe. See here, it's got a little flag there, no recipe. So we want to give it building frames. We don't know wire, material, or piping yet. We want building frames, which is what we want. We want to sell building frames. So click. Okay. And what does this need? Well, this needs 5 megawatt of power, 2 concrete, and takes 1.2 seconds. And this is where the wonderfulness of your factory style build comes into it. So you have to look at ratios and numbers and bits and pieces if you want to be efficient. This takes 3.8 seconds to produce 1 concrete, and this needs 2 in 1.2 seconds. So this is not going to keep up with this at all, which is fine. Because we're not fussed about that. We could build another one. I left space for it on purpose, so I know how to do it. But right now, we're not all that fussed about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the thing we did before. So you come out here, come on here, go into there. But there you go. And you will send concrete, which is white, to here when you request it. And we unpause the game. Zoom, zoom. Loop, loop. 1.2 seconds. Loop. There you go. Now, you are going to stop straight away because you no longer have anywhere to output goods. You're going to finish this one here and then stop. Run out of power. But yeah, but you have nowhere to produce goods, to drop goods off. So we need another storage to do that. We could store it in here. We could split this and go, hey, instead of having concrete in here, we want to have concrete and sandstone and building frames. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to get a warehouse, and we're going to put a warehouse basically right next to it, like that. You've got to leave one gap at least between them in order to connect buildings. So I'm always leaving a 2 gap because it just lets me drag it. So there we go. Okay. And then we'll filter this to say building frames and your only building frames. And we unpause and zoom. There you go. We have building going. Now we have no power because the sun is going down. Everything is failing. Peak sunlight. Oh, pollution. Ah, okay. So we have pollution from there. Right. Okie dokie. Here we go. Titan's first colony. Good day. We're planning to settle and land next to you. If you'd like us further away, please contact me. Okay, so here we go. I'll be needing supply shortly. Hope we can deliver. So, he is going to land down here. Okay, see the dotted line? We can phone him up and go, hey, please don't land there. And he'll go, okay, I'll land somewhere else. I don't know where he's going to land. Somewhere else. But I'm fine again with him being right next door to us. That's not a problem. That's fine. If someone lands here, I might stop them landing here because I might want to own this one ourselves. But yeah. So he's going to land there, and then he'll become another trade partner, which is fantastic. I don't know what happens when bad guys come along. We will figure that out, but we'll have to figure it out next time because Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so we've gone through basically one day of the game. We have mined sandstone. We have converted sandstone into concrete, and we are converting concrete into building frames. And then the building frames we will sell to this guy here. He's put a trading post right on the outside of our base here. I hope we get trading posts so that we can ask to buy goods in as well, and then we can do a trade thing, because that could be quite nice. You could buy from one faction and sell to another. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we will figure that all out next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a different game. It's nice. I've been doing a few new factory games which have all been first person, like Satisfactory. We've been playing Foundry and Astro Colony. And I enjoy them, but sometimes you just want to do a bit of a strategy one, top down like this. And yeah, this I feel is going to be fun. I haven't even looked at the tech tree yet. Do we have research? World, combat, sell only, consumers, fabricator. Okay. Haven't looked at it. I don't know where the tech tree is at all in the game. Is that there? Research. Let's have a quick look at the tech tree. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think this game's going to be fun. And we learned some research towards piping and intermediate storage as well, because we found that in the ruins. So awesome. So okay then. We shall leave this here. We shall come back next time. We shall carry on from there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.